JKB back with another episode. Today I'm going to talk about VR on the show and my experiences with VR. I got to play the kitchen demo, which at the time I didn't realize was the Resident Evil 7 demo 2 years ago. And it scared the shit out of me, but the reason it did was because of the experience it was in. To me, VR is such a jump in terms of gaming. And is it there yet completely? No, of course you can have that argument out there that VR tech is not there yet. However, I feel like it is there. People that do play the VR headset feel like they're in their environment, feel like they've been completely blown away. Now, is this enough to keep VR in the forefront and make it the next competitive platform? And I really do feel like that's unseen at this point in time. However, I can say this on camera. If there was just simply a room I could go into and say, talk to my friend Johnny Millennium in Vancouver in the same room as me in VR and just shoot the shit about Star Wars, fucking trust me, Johnny and I would be on that thing non-stop, and like his wife would have to scrub him down with 2 different mops to keep him clean because he'd never take the fucking headset off, because being in that environment is something I dreamt about as a kid. When I saw Super Mario go from 2D to 3D, what the fuck just happened? I lost my mind. To see Mario in a different world, it was mind-blowing as a teenager. And when I put on that headset, holy fuck, all of my dreams and my imagination just became wild. And sure, you can complain about the VR headset having a shitty resolution and it's a bit blurry at times. Of course, that's part of having an opinion. You could say those things, but what's funny to me, and the reason I wanted to make this video as well, was to say, I learned as a kid that that guy likes something, that guy likes something. If I like that thing that those two like, I'm going to be just as cool as them. And I'll admit to you guys, of course, as a kid, I used to feel that way. And I think that the gaming community is doing a piss-poor job to explain what VR is to their audiences. And yeah, I'm calling out other channels. And there's other channels out there that are just making videos, and I've talked to them and I've said, listen, you know, you put the headset on and how did you feel about it? And they say, it's fucking amazing. It is. Like, I feel like I'm in the room. But in terms of gaming, it's not there yet. Or in terms of the resolution, it's not there yet. But in their videos or in their coverage, they're not saying it's an amazing experience like it was between the 2D and the 3D Mario. They're just saying that it's like shit and it's not there yet. It's fucking garbage, not worth the money, and I agree, it's not worth $6.99 in Canada yet to get PSVR with the whole bundle. However, though, to say this to your audience and to know that there's kids out there that are dreaming of putting on a headset and being in a world that is not their own is ridiculous to me. The fact that you're not saying these things on camera, and that's why I'm making the video after all this time to talk about VR, it's because it is that experience for me personally, and it might not be for you. However, it mostly is for most of the people out there. Unless they got sick, they're not saying it in their videos, which is so frustrating to me as a gamer, because I want to come online, talk about things that are amazing, and share those experiences with other gamers. That's kind of the point of why I do this show, why I still do the show after 7 years. I have a passion for gaming, entertainment, movies, everything. And the VR headset, yes, it might be the beginning of something, but I think it's the beginning of something special, and it is an experience that I don't, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but if you haven't tried PSVR, and maybe you've tried another headset, cool, you can have an opinion on VR, and yes, the headsets on PC are much better, of course, at all sorts of things, but I've heard so many people talk about PSVR that haven't fucking played PSVR. I've talked to them and said, have you tried it? After having discussions with them for hours about PlayStation VR and the experiences in the games, and they haven't fucking played it. To me, that is absurd. That is ridiculous to have somebody out there going online and saying VR isn't what it is. Then saying to me that it is what it is, but oh no, the graphics aren't real enough for me. You know, it works in regards of the cartoon graphics. So in a game like Minecraft, VR would be spectacular, but I want to have a game that's photorealistic, and I want to have that, and that's what my VR is. They don't say those things in the video. I came here to talk about everything, the whole atmosphere of VR, and I'll go over it very quickly here. Yes, the resolution in the PSVR headset is completely and utterly shit. I'll be honest, I don't really think it's spectacular, but that's kind of based on the software you play. I've played about 5 different VR games in the last 2 years, and I played it when it was just like a tech demo. And I have to say that it's based on the studios that are making the games, of course, but it's also based on what the graphic style is in that game. I haven't personally played Batman on VR, but everybody is saying when you get into the Batcave, it's like you're fucking standing there and it's spectacular and it looks even better than any of the other VR headset games. And when I hear things like that, I think, okay, that's an actual honest opinion, because yes, I played like Eve Valkyrie or whatever it was called on VR. I played that demo 4, 5, 6 times through. And I thought, I can't get over the fact that it is kind of blurry, and the anti-aliasing is like not even there, and it kind of looks a little jagged on corners. Of course I see those things, but that doesn't mean that VR is shit. So for those people out there, they're like, VR is shit because it's jaggedy edged. Some games don't need to look spectacular. Minecraft is literally a game based on fucking jaggedy edges. You put that game into VR, and I assure you, kids out there will lose their fucking minds. Candy is not enough to lose your minds. VR and candy together, if you're a parent out there and you have a VR headset with Minecraft, you give them Coke or candy, and I don't mean the drugs, because then that's a federal offense and you're going to jail, but I'm just saying, those kids will see something in that headset that they've never fucking experienced before. So if you're going out there and you're saying VR is shit, it's horse shit, or comparing it with like motion controls and the whole phase of motion controls is the future. This is not like motion controls. To say this is like motion controls is very naive. Yes, it uses motion controls and it uses certain tech from that experience, but this is a fucking experience that has to be had by trying it, playing it, and I can't stress it enough. If you're a kid out there, the thing I learned as a kid, to be honest, and I'll wrap this up because I'm going long on this, I learned that, and I learned this in the tough way, that if I want to experience something for myself, that sometimes it is actually hard to have my own opinion on it, because there are people that are going to bully you. There are going to be people out there that say it's not this amazing experience, or it's not this. You don't know until you've tried it yourself. Unless you've put on a headset and experienced sitting in a room with a fucking serial killer that's about to murder you, or sitting in a car shooting at bikes going by, or simply being in a mech jumping around, you haven't experienced it. So I'm stressing this. As a kid, look at your friends that are idiots saying, oh, it's VR is shit, and they haven't tried it. Or maybe they've tried it and they're saying the graphics are shit, but they're not saying it's amazing. But if you push them enough, they'll say it's fucking amazing. Look at those people and say, I am my own person. I'm going to go out there and try VR for myself and make my own opinion up. So by all means, my opinions here are my own. Everybody has an asshole, even though mine's bleached and spectacular. We all have them. So thank you so much for watching this. I'm trying to make sure the passion in gaming survives, and sometimes there's conflict. So you people out there that are saying VR is shit because the fucking resolution or this or that, how fucking perfect does it need to be for you to admit to your audience that it is an amazing experience, but maybe you don't buy it? But don't kill the hype just because you think the graphics are shit. That's your shitty opinion and you're naive. So thank you for watching. Please go try VR. If you've played it, you don't like it, I fully understand. It's not for you. For me, though, it's the fucking future of entertainment. Not gaming, of entertainment. Because, wow, the experiences you can have on this headset bring you to different worlds. And tell me where else you can do that, unless you're in Beijing in a fucking brothel with 20 hookers. You're not having an experience this good. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time on JKB. I love my boy.